All right, good afternoon, Facebook Live. Good afternoon, everybody. Dwayne Hirsch here from Native Sons of Chicago, and I'm here today to talk to you guys again about equity crowdfunding. And today we're going to talk specifically about the jobs component. And we're going to talk a little bit about the type of properties that you can expect for Native Sons of Chicago to be doing, and kind of talk a little bit about exactly what we're going to be doing inside some of these properties and how the jobs are going to be created. First, I want to make sure I mention a couple of really important things. Next Tuesday, on January 17th, from 8:30 to 10 a.m., we'll be doing the press conference live at 1871, talking about equity crowdfunding and kind of doing an open rollout to the general public. So everyone is invited to be there, and we definitely want our media outlets to be there to make sure that everybody can capture that information, share that information, and share this video as well, so we can continue to build momentum around this topic and how we're going to rebuild our communities and, of course, create jobs in our communities. And also, next Wednesday on the 18th, we'll be at the Hyatt Place for Hyatt Park Happy Hour from 7 to 9 p.m. That's at 5225 South Harper. And we're going to be doing that event. Again, it'll be another equity crowdfunding informational. So we want to make sure we do everything we can to make sure that everyone is informed about what exactly this is, what's going on, and what's in it for you, most importantly, and what's in it for the communities that we look to serve. So if you look around this place today, you see a perfect example of the type of properties that we find in our community every day. This building is an actual 2-flat building that I'm the listing agent of. And you have other properties that are 3-flat buildings and everything throughout our community that are in this type of state of disrepair that can create jobs just by virtue of doing it. So today I want to introduce you guys to somebody who we expect to be a part of our Native Sons of Chicago development team. I'm going to bring in Melvin Henley from Smart Move Restoration. How you doing, Melvin?
Hey, how's it going?
All right, so what I want you to kind of let people know, you've taken a look around, you kind of walked around the building, and once we talk about that, then I'll show you guys exactly how the jobs component stacks up and how that adds up for what we're going to do. So tell us a little bit about what you see in this building, what kind of tradesmen we need to do a project like this, and how long you think something like that could take.
Okay, well, if you look around, first thing you see, cracks in the wall. It shows paint is peeling, so there's oxidation. There may be a little water damage there. You can kind of see on the floor, pipes exposed. So of course you would need a carpenter crew, possibly a demo crew if you want to do a complete gut rehab, or if you just want to repair.
Right.
As you can see already here, they took a 1/4-inch drywall and they kind of went over the walls. A lot of times you can do that if it's just a cosmetic fix, as long as there's no gaping holes or any large areas like that would need to be repaired.
Right.
But drywall, flooring, if we're changing the layout, this is a kitchen, so of course kitchen cabinets, we would need to put doors. But it's cold, so we need HVAC. The 3 major components is mechanicals, electrical, and plumbing. So we need electricity, we need plumbing, we may need windows, insulation. As we move into some of the other areas, we'll see a lot of different things.
Yeah, let's take a look around a little bit. And our cameraman will kind of pan into a couple of these rooms so you can just kind of get a sense. This is a 2-bedroom, actually this is a 3-bedroom unit. This is this building is in Woodlawn. And talk about those floors a little bit. Now those floors look kind of ugly, but those are some old school original hardwood floors.
That's correct.
Yeah, and some of them I would imagine could be saved, right?
Yeah, some of them could be saved. Of course, it's hard to match. Ideally, you would like to try to salvage the wood. We have some specialists that can come in here and do a very beautiful job with this. Okay, so
there's something down there.
As you can see, that was water damage there. It almost appears as if a pipe was there at one point in time with the radiator system. That would need to be upgraded. We don't typically use radiator systems, so that goes back to the HVAC. The floor for the bedrooms, a lot of times they put carpet down, but you would still have to repair any holes or.
So yeah, let's move into what would be, I guess, an old school dining room area. It's like a nice old school dining room area right here that, you were talking about a minute ago, maybe reconfiguring this and making the kitchen and kind of bringing it and doing an open floor concept.
Right, so with the open floor plan concept now, this wall would definitely need to go. And you could do that simply with putting a header beam across to carry the load for the roof or the upstairs if this was a 3-unit. And you can open this wall up completely. You can push that wall, demo this wall completely, and now you can set up your kitchen here and change the whole concept of this floor.
Kind of bring it up to code, make it a nice modern thing. And that's one of the things that Native Sons of Chicago is doing, guys, is we're taking properties that are in our community that are right now dilapidated in a total state of disrepair like this one is, and bringing them up to modern standard, modern living standard, the way that people would really want to like a building if they're going to, especially if they're going to be an owner, owning the property and then renting, say like the units that are upstairs, which is a part of our model, and making it a sustainable unit for everybody. You want it to be nice. You want it to be something that folks are going to want to buy, something that they're going to want to rent. Now, I want you to give me an idea. What would it take time-wise to do a job like this if we were doing this building?
So, this is 2 units or 2 floors, finished basement, usually anywhere from, let's say, 10 weeks to 12 weeks. So about in that 3-month period. Right.
And this is a gray stone. The building we're in right now, it's a gray stone, very nice gray stone building in Woodlawn. It comes with an adjacent lot to it that we could actually also crowdfund, and now we could build 2 nice 3-unit, 2-unit buildings on that property. It's currently zoned RT4, which means that you can build anything from a single family up to a 4-unit building on that property. So it's a lot of opportunities over here to work with. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to shift over here a little bit, and I'm going to talk about the jobs. Now, Native Sons' model is to take a building like this and to do this obviously on a multiplied scale. So it might be 4 or 5 on the first project, might be 10 or 20 on the next go round. But here's what happens, right? So we talk about hiring locally, which is a big part of what we want to do to create these jobs. So who do we need? We need architects to design that new layout. We need electricians, plumbers, carpenters, landscapers, roofers, HVAC. We need brick masons, painters, and then we need our unskilled laborers. Now here, the blue represents skilled workers and the black represents unskilled workers. So what we want on the Native Sons project is we want for Melvin, we want for each and every one of these contractors that come in to bring in unskilled workers from inside the community and help to bring them in and give them jobs. Those jobs can include the demolition. They can include trash removal, supplies and hauling and different things like that to get people who are not currently in the workforce acclimated to working a job, to rebuilding and redeveloping something that exists right inside the blocks that they walk up and down every day. And this is the biggest part of what it is that we're doing. Now, this is 9 professional entities here. These are 9 business owners right now out there that'll benefit from this project and the unskilled workers that they'll be bringing aboard. So what we've just done is we've just supported 9 local businesses who, if they each had 2 or 3, depending on their trade, could add up to as many as 19 or more skilled workers working on the project. And then 13, if each one of them does their part, 13 newly trained unskilled workers that are working on just this building alone. So now we're going to multiply that times 4, times 5, times 10, times 20, times hundreds of homes that we've got and buildings that we've got in our community like this. Now, if you add the real estate component to it, you add listing agents, selling agents, rental agents, you add insurance providers and such. Now you have 17 local businesses that benefit from what we do. So if you add, if I was the listing agent, let's say I work with Coldwell Banker, if I'm the listing agent and I brought Gwen Shaw from Country Financial in to do the insurance, or Joshua Mercer from Allstate, and we had Smart Moves Restoration doing that. We also there's legal work that needs to be done that people like Shara Kamal can handle and Don Kimmel. So there's a ton of different people that we can bring into these projects to make them work. So 17 local businesses, 19 skilled, 13 newly trained unskilled workers, all brought together by the crowd through the Native Sons Project, and that's on each and every one of these deals. So that's the power of what it is that we're doing. So as we go forward and we make our announcements and our pronouncements about the amount of money that we're going to be raising, the amount of money that you'll be able to invest on the minimum scale up to the maximum, we'll find that everybody will have an opportunity to participate in this project. Tomorrow, I'm very excited about the opportunity to present this project and equity crowdfunding in general to a group in Barrington, a group that we expect to be about 25 to 35 people at a lunch event for the SBAC at McGonagall's Pub in Barrington. So if you're out there in that area, we'd be glad to see you there. It starts at, I think, 11:30 tomorrow. And that's another component of what the Native Sons of Chicago project is all about. I welcome you guys to continue to inbox me with questions. I want you to share this video, because this is very important. Now, I want to remind you that these jobs that are created, none of the money for this project is being financed by a lender. There are no banks attached to this. There are no municipal TIF funds that are making this happen. There's no automatic benefits and set-asides and entitlements that's doing this. It's only your support that will make this happen, and your money as the crowd that brings these jobs and supports these businesses that are in our community and helps to rebuild the properties that are in our community. I really don't need to say a whole lot more than that on this particular topic. Look forward to our next video on the Native Sons Chicago project, which we'll bring out in the next couple of days leading up to the time that we do that press conference. But again, I welcome you to invite us to address your group, your church, your community at large, or even your small investment group, to give you more information about what this really is about, and make sure that we do our job to bring it to you, to express it to you in a way that you can understand it and ultimately participate in it. This is 2017. It's a new year right now. We've got a new president coming into office. There's a lot of uncertainty that people have about that. But one thing that is certain, this equity crowdfunding, this is a law now. This is the law. This is something that none of them can or will change, and something that we can take into our own hands, like the president talked about last night. Being the change that we want to see, taking things into our own hands and making sure we do our part. Get from behind the computer and get active. That's our part. That's my part. I take that on, and I'm very excited about doing that. So I want you guys to join us in this project and continue to watch. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.